Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, we are breaking down communication skills, and more specifically, in today's episode, we're breaking down the nice guy, and even more specifically, we're breaking down a Twitter thread that I wrote last year called Signs of a Nice Guy. I'm going to link the thread in the description box right down below if you want to see the whole thing in detail. But ultimately, in a nutshell, this thread ended up going viral. A lot of people ended up resonating with it, while there was another group of people that were terrified. As they were going through this thread, they started to realize that they themselves were the nice guy. That day, they made an extremely daunting realization. Being nice and being kind are two different things. Sure, both of them may be polite, but why they are polite are two completely different intentions. For the nice guy, their predominant intention is to be accepted by others. While for the kind person, their predominant intention is to keep it real, keep it 100. That's it. And due to these two different intentions, you get completely different behavior types. Our goal in terms of social intelligence is to start up a lifelong journey to go from being nice to being kind. And in this journey, we're going to learn a lot more about ourselves and develop as people so we could keep it real without making enemies. We could keep it real while still maintaining a polite, positive attitude. In this episode, by giving you a few of these signs regarding the nice guy that we're going to be discussing in this thread, you're going to have more knowledge to develop altered behavior patterns. And by having this knowledge, changing your behavior is going to become much, much easier. I'm going to bring up these signs and I'm going to sort of break down why you do these certain types of behaviors. And from there, you're going to have to make the decision on whether or not you want to change. So let's get started off with the first sign in this thread, which writes, agrees with everything. You agree with everything, especially things that you vehemently disagree with in terms of a social interaction. I stated that the nice guy's predominant intention is to be accepted, which is why you are agreeing with certain things even though you disagree with it in your personal time. You have a transactional mentality. You feel as though if you just keep on agreeing with what this person is saying, then they'll like you quicker, you'll be accepted quicker. But you, my dude, you're thinking humans are dumber than they are. A lot of humans, after a certain period of time, they are street smarts, meaning that they listen to their feelings, listen to their gut. And their gut is able to tell from your micro movements and body language when you truly don't agree with a certain point, you're being fake. And their gut is eventually going to build up an extremely negative perception towards you. Either learn not to have an opinion and just ask these people questions, or if you're extremely passionate about this certain topic, then stick up for your own belief. Learn to deliver your message in a certain way where you're not making enemies along the lines. That's sign number one. The next sign on this thread is giggles a lot. This again is born from your transactional mentality, where deep inside you feel as if you laugh a lot. Even in times when these people aren't telling jokes, that they'll like you quicker. The light is on, the sky is blue, ha ha ha. It's a nervous giggle, it's a weird giggle. And this is subconsciously happening for you, not only because you want acceptance, but also because you're afraid of the silence. You feel as though anytime there's silence in the conversation, your chance to be accepted is plummeting before your eyes. That's not the case. Some of your best friends, your family members, a few of your closest coworkers, you could be silent near them without it being awkward. Silence actually represents a friendship that's being born closer and closer and closer. So embrace the silence. All right? You'll actually notice as we go through this thread, a lot of your problems are born because you have a negative perception regarding silence. The third one is fidgety body language. Anything that's sudden, that's jerky, it's uncomfortable. And you'll notice your body language traditionally gets jerky externally when you're feeling a little off internally. Your body language is simply a physical manifestation of your emotions. Do your best to be still. It's extremely great if you could watch yourself on tape because you'll notice body language quirks, and simply by bringing awareness to it repetitively, eventually these body language quirks start to melt away and you start to become a little bit more smooth. Be still. Talks fast. This is the next sign. This is born from your tendency to vilify silence. Since you vilify silence, you feel as though all these little silence, either you're going to giggle a lot or you're going to fill it up with a bunch of words. And when you keep trying to fill it up with a bunch of words, you're talking too much. A part of you feels as though the more words that you use, the more it shows that you are interested in the conversation. And the more interest that you're showing into the conversation, the more likely that you'll be accepted. Do you notice all these behavior patterns are coming back to you wanting to be accepted? Don't talk so fast. Slow down. Do your best to embrace the silence. That's one of my best tips in order to slow your talking points down. If this is happening all the time, occasionally with certain points when we're extremely passionate about it, we do talk a little fast, but if it's happening too much, do your best to leverage silence. Welcome it. Avoids eye contact. Avoiding eye contact is troublesome because it showcases that you're not interested in the conversation. Imagine if I was just doing this video and throughout this entire video, I'm just kind of like doing this. Anyways, guys, today we're breaking down the signs of a nice guy. A part of you would think, man, is this guy thinking about something else? Does he want to be somewhere else? It's not as though I want to be looking at the camera the entire time. Every now and then it's good to break away eye contact, but when you're breaking too much, it's a problem. It showcases you're disinterested, even if you are nervous. Do your best to treat eye contact like a muscle and just hold eye contact a little bit longer each time. Each time that you extend the grasp, the easier it becomes for the next interaction. Oh, this one's one of my favorite. Says I guess a lot. You say I guess even for statements that you personally believe in. I love the Dallas Cowboys. Let's say you say something like that and you say, I guess. You say that I guess because a part of you is afraid of confrontation. You feel as though that this other person may not like the Dallas Cowboys, or who knows, hate the Dallas Cowboys and call you out on your opinion. And this goes back again to wanting to be accepted. You don't want this person disliking you. You just want to be loved by everyone. And that's why you keep saying, I guess, after each damn opinion. Learn to stand up for your opinions. Your opinions are sort of like your children. You want to look out for them. That's not to say you don't want to take in new information, but when you have an opinion that you have formed through your personal experiences, your own information, your own study, do your best to stand up for them, man. Rock them. It's not like you're bragging it to other people, but if you like the Dallas Cowboys, like the damn Dallas Cowboys. All right? All right, what's the next one? Always asks for permission. This is, again, due to your tendency to want acceptance because you feel as though if you do something without asking for permission, you don't have that fail-safe. Say your decision doesn't turn out to be the right decision, you could always say, well, this person told me to do so. I'm off the hook, right? You still like me, right? Because I wasn't the reason why this error happened. Don't always ask for permission. At times we have to, but in certain times we gotta make the decision for ourselves. All right, pushover. The pushover asking for permission is similar because once again, you're being a pushover because you feel as though if you stick up for this opinion, for this decision, and things don't go the way that it's supposed to go in a positive light, you're going to take all the blame. You're going to shoulder all the blame and you are not going to be accepted. Big mistake. The next one is going to shock you a lot. The closet snake. This one is a tough thing to believe, especially for a nice guy, but you'll notice that the nice guy changes their personality like they change their clothes. So they're going to have a certain behavior trait regarding their environment. So let's say they're your best friend for a certain period of time. Then the next moment, they're hanging out with a bunch of people that don't like you or gossip about you a lot. This nice guy isn't going to be standing firm, sticking up for you, keeping your secrets to themselves. They're going to try to assimilate into this group and they're going to spill your secrets, man. So you want to watch out. You want to keep a lot of these secrets to yourself, especially if you think your best friend may be a nice guy. Waits for others to make decisions. This is sort of like not wanting to have the burden of the blame if things don't go right. This is extremely similar to being a pushover and always asking for permission. Has no life purpose. This one is big because your brain is always looking for meaning. And if you don't assign your brain meaning, it's going to get meaning from the external environment. And it's going to say, the purpose of your life is to be liked by other people. And from there, opinions are magnified. You truly care if others like you. You truly care if others hate you. But with the life purpose, instead of being so external focused, you become internal focused. And from being internal focused, this is one of your number one stepping stones to go from the nice guy to the kind guy. Because when you're internal focused, you have a purpose, you have this target that you've given your mind, opinions and all that stuff gets put on the back burner. You care more about being real, not about being accepted anymore. And the final one on this thread is bottles up anger. After a while of trying to be accepted and being one of those individuals that isn't being real, your emotions are still there. And a lot of these times where you agreed with stuff that you really disagreed with, a lot of these times where you were a pushover, you were playing it back in your mind. You're holding on to anger. And one of these days, the nicest people can blow up like an atomic bomb. So these are a few of the signs that you want to watch out for. As I stated in the beginning of this video, I'm going to post the entire thread in the description box right on below. But you just want to ask yourself, how many of these signs resonated with you? If a lot of these signs resonated with you, beware, because you're not winning anyone over. Others aren't liking you more for being this nice guy. It's no badge of honor. And deep inside, when you're looking at the person across the mirror, it's the same exact feeling. You don't like being the nice guy. The world doesn't like you being the nice guy. So what's the next decision? It's not rocket science. Find a purpose for your life and begin your journey from being the nice guy into becoming the kind guy. Kill off the nice guy once and for all. If he dies, he dies. Level up your social intelligence. And if you want more practical insights like this, check out the ArmaniTalks free daily newsletter. Thank you for joining me on today's episode, and I'll catch you next time.